prepared. Okay, so let's take a look. So today, already in the new section, is about the Bodhisattva, verse 119. So in previously, we are in the version number. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's about the Buddha nature. Sentient beings have the Buddha nature, which encompasses absolute nature and functional nature. Initially relying on practice to develop this nature. Then relying on this nature, they become more practice. Only through practice can all become Buddhahood. So meaning to say that in the previous lesson, fundamentally, everybody has the Buddha nature, all right? Everybody got the Buddha nature. But the Buddha nature, anyway, you have to practice it so that it will be manifested. So we discussed about this issue. Okay, class basically the sketch which is drawn in the PDF is not as detailed as the Chinese version. But anyway, the subtitle is quite good. So we understand that we have discussed about Buddha nature. Now we change to the Bodhisattva. We go to the verse 119. Okay, Elena, please read it out, please.
119. Having made the resolution, one can be called a bodhisattva, who presides over all sentient beings. The worldly and world-transcending virtues all come from the bodhisattva. Although all things are empty by nature, and all sentient beings have Buddha nature, this does not imply that all sentient beings are bodhisattvas. One has to make the resolution to attain Bodhi before one can be called a bodhisattva. Bodhisattva, abbreviated as Pusa in Chinese, is Sanskrit for enlightened sentient beings. This name comes from seeking Bodhi, enlightenment, and transforming all living things, sentient beings. Bodhisattva can also be explained as sentient beings who seek great Bodhi. After one has resolved to attain Bodhi, one is a bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is the common name for all those practicing great vehicle way from beginners and experienced practitioner up to the final rebirth of a bodhisattva, encompassing myriad types of different levels. Generally, people associate the term bodhisattva with the great bodhisattva such as Guanyin, so they do not dare to call themselves bodhisattva. Although bodhisattva with the initial resolution do not yet have great virtue, they preside over all sentient beings. Not only are they respected by ordinary people, they are also respected by the sages of the two vehicles. In the sutra, several analogies are used to describe the bodhisattvas. For example, they are like the newborn prince who is respected by the elderly minister, or the newborn lion who is feared by all animals. They can also be compared to the voice of a kalavinka bird, even when in its shell is superior to all birds, or to the gentle brightness of the new moon. Any bodhisattva who has made the resolution is honorable and respectable, like these examples, to say nothing of the great bodhisattvas.
Okay, thank you so much. We digest two paragraphs, right? Off the mic, please. Okay, class. Yeah, we go to the definition for the bodhisattva. Bodhisattva meaning to say that it's the sentient being seeking for the body. All right. Basically, a bodhisattva is respected both by the ordinary and two vehicle sages, the arahant. The reason is they use analogy that like a little lion, even though it is still little, but one day when it becomes the lion king and roar, the whole jungle will be shaken. All example coded, meaning to say that even though they still look small, like the ordinary people like you and I, as long as we make vow, basically people will respect us. What's the reason they will respect bodhisattva? One thing is, you see a class, if let's say you aim become arahant, right? Okay, so once attained to the sotapan, okay, the remaining lifespan is only 7 life only. So no matter how hard you do, 7 life is the limit for you to propagate the dharma. Okay, but if let's say you are the bodhisattva, oh, the things will go different already. Meaning to say that it will take maybe a very long time, maybe three incalculable kappa for you in order to complete to the bodhisattva, to the Buddhahood. Meaning to say that since the lifespan is so long, you have opportunity to save a lot of, the beings, to become, to learn the Buddhism. No matter finally they become deva, human, or liberated, no matter how, but the number you have already saved, you educated, is incalculable. Class, basically, once you talk about the bodhisattva, there's a lot of story in Jataka story. Jataka meaning to say that it's the past life of the Buddha. The story sometimes is quite technical. Okay, if you talk about the authenticity, basically Jataka story is not the most authentic. The most authentic still is the Nikaya and Abhidhamma, especially to the Samyutta Nikaya. The story basically you will hear that, Shakyamuni, this life, maybe in the past life you killed 500 people, so this life you also killed by 500 people. Usually this type of story appeared. So Shakyamuni become a dragon many lives ago, all right, with the Devadatta. And then until this life, and they fight each other. Until now, Devadatta still come back, okay, to take revenge over Bodhisattva. Basically, the retribution is so simple, okay, and this type of Jataka story is very common to build up, the concept of the cause and effect to the public. So public to build up, to guide them for being good. But anyway, if you talk about the authenticity, and it might not be, it might not, according to the true dharma, as we mentioned, it might not exactly follow the most strict and the most strict and also the most strict definition. It doesn't go along that. So we have to be know about that. Okay, anyway, if you become if you aim to become bodhisattva, the way we respect is because your tolerance and you're compassionate for staying for so many lifetimes in order to help more people. But anyway, for the Jataka story, you talk about the bodhisattva, they will also save the being in the animal realm, or the hell, or even the beta, well, sometimes it's a little bit counter intuitive, meaning to say it's quite different with the common sense. You see, even you say, you want to help the animal, you see, not the animal, we talk about the human, you see, I don't think if I talk about the maybe very simple non-killing, actually to so many people, not every people will, maybe partial can understand, okay, partial they don't want to follow, you see, okay, that's for the human now. If you go to the prison, you try to propagate with them, some they might not accept it, and just for no killing, once you go about talk about the jhana, I think lesser people will understand. It's correct, no? Fewer and fewer. When you talk about the prajna, even lesser people. But the story say, I mean, to preach to the animal, so I think it's not that logic. Am I right? If human also cannot difficult to understand, or how can an animal can understand all this? So sometimes, I mean, this is good. I mean, to encourage people, for being compassionate, but logically speaking, it might not be the truth, it's what I say, Okay. So this is about the Bodhisattva. Okay, next week, the way I see that, if let's say you aim for being the Bodhisattva, the more practical one is still in the human world. I mean, you can really help. Now, what all the charity organizations do is quite practical. They help people in the basic necessity. And here, some Siado and Saile, they can do meditation very well. So they teach in the center, also meditation center. This is also Bodhisattva. Well, I can teach. So I do a dharma teaching. Okay, so this is, I mean, sometimes if you try to compare, I mean, the Bodhisattva in the sutra, it seems the gap is very big, you see. What we do is just quite normal, normal teacher. I'm just like a normal teacher. If you want to label me as Bodhisattva, I don't mind, but you compare, well, it seems the times, the merit, all thing, wow, it looks so high. So that's why Bodhisattva people basically they prefer label Guanyin or Manjushri. But of course, if you say Guanyin, how does Guanyin help us? Well, it is also quite subjective, right? Okay, some people claim they are able to see Guanyin, but we can't prove it statistically. Right? You cannot get a big sample like test the COVID-19 Pfizer 95% accuracy. We can't do that, That's the point for the religion. You can't do that, you see. So we need to say the trust for the religions is quite subjectivity based on certain facts, objective facts, but the subjectivity is stronger than the objectivity, the way I see it. Okay. So maybe some patients that claim they're able to witness the Guanyin to come. According to Sutra, we are unable to see the Bodhi, the Guanyin, it is due to the ignorance. And I don't know why Guanyin doesn't want to manifest herself to let most of the people to see it, but it doesn't happen. Okay, just some people in certain good fame, they're able to see it. And quite hard for us to differentiate whether it's a hallucination or over enthusiasm and cause the vision. So we don't know. So you see a lot of uncertainty in the religions. So finally, everything go back to your heart. Okay, you feel comfortable, you feel thankful, and it is to help you to pass through difficulty and can rebound to the better realm. So they will be fine already. Okay, agree? Elena, you are quite sensible. You agree what I said? Because so long you do the bowing the Sui Chan in Foguangshan. I think maybe your conclusion also quite same with me, right? It's something you cannot prove it. It's just not like your fund manager do the thing, you see. Everything is so concrete, you can prove it, can calculable, uncalculable. Okay. So next, let's take a look. So what I try to do is, because this is my question during my study time, I will ask, not all the teachers can reply me or no, because not many people will request a concrete example for whatever sutta say, Not everybody like that. I'm like that, you see. So sometimes my teacher also quite hate it. They're also quite frightened for being asked by me. Okay, yeah. Next, let's take next paragraph. Okay, here there's one birth, it's a Kalavinka. Check whether I can show you another Kalavinka. The birth is so-called with the most beautiful voice. Compared with other birds, the best voice among the world. See whether we are able to see the picture or not. Kalavinka always used as an example in our Buddhist scripture. Kalavinka, a birth, the birth. A fantastical immortal creature. Fantastical, meaning fantastical. Meaning said it's not real, right? Am I right? Fantastical, not real what? Okay, so no need to bother it. So we just keep on. But they try to draw the picture. Kalavinka, you see. Yeah, the head is a human head, you see. Okay, so Sally, your turn. Please continue, read it. Why is this?
Why is this? This is because the worldly and world transcending virtues come from the Bodhisattva. This is to say, all good dharma of the world, of Pravakas, of Prajatka Buddhas, and so forth, come from Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
Sorry, Sally. Prachika Buddhas.
Prajika Buddhas, and so forth, come from Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The virtues of the Buddhas also come from Bodhisattvas, so Bodhisattvas are the roots of all good dharma. Bodhisattvas receive various bodies. It is said sometimes they receive the body that comes from causes and conditions of karma. Sometimes they receive the transformed body in order to teach the various good dharmas and the worldly dharmas, national laws, and circular affairs in the world. Some who has practiced bodhisattvas deeds but have temporarily failed are called defeated bodhisattvas who still have a mind of compassion. They govern countries with national laws that are free from greed. Although there are some disturbances, most people are peaceful, even since for the sake of individual families, an evil person will be punished. The initial resolution to attain Bodhi emphasizes the firm establishment of the great vow to seek the Buddha way and transform sentient beings, the Bodhi mind vow. I vow to save boundless sentient beings. I vow to eliminate endless afflictions. I vow to learn innumerable doctrines. I vow to accomplish unsurpassed Buddha way. Resolving to attain the Bodhi mind means more than just occasional thinking about becoming a Buddha. In order to benefit sentient beings, it requires practicing with firm effort. Cultivation of Bodhi mind is the first important step to practicing and entering the great vehicle. Bodhi mind comes from the mind of compassion, from respect for elders and a wish to save one's loving mother. Bodhi mind expands to a vow to save all sentient beings and seek the Buddha way. It arises from the thought that others and oneself are the same, and that benefiting other sentient beings and cherishing oneself are also the same, which requires one to practice until one is willing to sacrifice oneself to benefit others. The motive for and method for cultivating Bodhi mind is similar to the Confucianism benevolence and forgiveness, but in its depth and extent, Bodhi mind practices to the point of complete success is enormously different from the worldly dharma. Bodhi mind, the cornerstone of the great vehicle way, should be practiced first and then more and more.
Thank you so much. Okay, class, let's take a look. Here, okay, as I mentioned just now, all right, the worldly and world transcending virtue are come from the bodhisattva. For example, you see class now, okay, the way the Buddhahood, all right, now we finish the three vehicle. We know that Paticca Samuppada and the Four Noble Truth, okay, is the core teaching in the three vehicle. Now we know that six pyramid is the core teaching. Where does it come from? From Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha is the one who teach everything, and everything stated in the original text, and some scholar read it. Okay, Buddhist scholar read it, and now we get all the information. So you see, this type of thing, we need people teach one. You see, for example, Sally, can you imagine? You see, okay, now we just pay attention to our breath, and then the nimitta appeared. Okay, it seems not very difficult. Everything will just follow the step by step. But if without people teaching, are you able to know all this or not? Sally, do you think so? Quite impossible, right? If you try to review it, it seems it worth penniless, you see. But no people tell you what you don't know. Even though the Qigong, right, we empty our mind, then the body just do everything by itself. Also, it seems like if you review it, it seems worth penniless also, right? So simple the thing, but no people tell you don't know how to start. This is the reason why, for all the being, the disability, inborn with the disability, of the five faculties, basically they can hardly to learn the Dharma. How can you tell? Dumb people who are able, with how to say, impairment in ear and cannot speech. How can you tell them observe the breath, then nimitta appear? You can't tell all this, you see. Even though you tell emptying the mind, I don't know how to teach this type of people, you see. So basically, we all label them as what? They are in the category of the group who have difficulty to learn Dharma. This is the quite bad Okay, so meaning to say that Shakyamuni played the roles to tell us all this. Okay, so according to the I mentioned just now, worldly and worldly transcending virtue are from the bodhisattva. So they are the good root for all the Dharma, you see. They are the good root for it. Because through their mouth, we understand how to become a Shravaka, Prachika Buddha. We understand this. Okay, and one thing is basically the bodhisattva, they need to transform body in order to teach the teaching, to give the teaching. So they must have a transformed body. There's one clear, one definition we call it as a defeated bodhisattva. Defeated bodhisattva. What have defeated them? I think it's okay. So Elena, you think who defeat them? Who defeat the bodhisattva? You think? Mr. Leong, who defeat the bodhisattva? On the mic, Mr. Leong, who defeat the bodhisattva? Make them become defeated bodhisattva?
I think they themselves are.
No, the living being. Yeah, because once you keep on disappoint them. Of course, I think they also have. They also how should I say, their resolution is not strong enough. Once on disappointing them, so finally become the defeated bodhisattva. Meaning to say that you don't want to become bodhisattva anymore. Then they call you as a defeated bodhisattva. But still with some compassionate mind. Yeah, you want to say something, Mr. Leong? Yeah.
Yes, Sifu, can we compare this defeated bodhisattva with this Christian fallen angels?
Cannot. I don't know. I don't know much regards the fallen angel. Preferably not to the compare. But if let's say you just want to say something, okay, the fallen angel. Can you tell me the example of fallen angel? How bad is the fallen angel? How bad are they?
Actually, the fallen angels are those who are what you call absconded to earth because of of their what you call unwholesome deeds or defilements.
Oh,
Actually, they are actually angels.
oh,
Because of their actions, they were actually then assigned to earth.
I think a defeated bodhisattva are more serious compared with them because bodhisattva level is higher. Basically, defeated angel is available in Buddhism. Hey, 你哋記得冇？舊日我哋睇戲啊，咪啊，maybe someday 話I mean the mind arise attachment then they come down to the human, continue with their love affair and story. Am I right? It used to happen. That is the fallen angel lah. A bodhisattva more than that, a bodhisattva. Okay, okay, let's take a look. Okay, a few things we have to check, we have to verify. Okay, first of all is regard this. Okay, one thing about bodhisattva, everything is magnificent, you know. You see, take a look. Safe boundless sentient being, eliminate endless affliction, learn innumerable doctrine, accomplish the unsurpassed Buddha way. All is so magnificent. Sometimes Indian, they are not. I think the mathematics is not very concrete sometimes. Just a figure only. So some scholars they suggest in Indian sometimes they whatever they say is a big number, you know, or they say this is not. Indian is the nation. They are not that concrete in the calculation in the mathematics. So don't be over serious to this big number. It means a lot that's all because I worry it might scare people, you know. Everything is innumerable, incalculable. People feel scared now. See. Okay, class, can you check for me? What is the reference for this? 22. This one actually is 四无量心 class, you know or not? 众生无边誓愿度，法门无尽誓愿断。I think Sally Elena used to chant, right? So this is the verse of it. Can you check for me? Number 22. What is the original text?
Ang Jing Platform Sutra.
What's
Platform Sutra. Tan Tanjing. Tan Jing.
Oh, Kanjing Sutra. Oh, I see. Okay. Are you familiar with that? Sally Elena. 众生无边誓愿度，烦恼无尽誓愿断。Yes. This is the one. For first time, but you don't know where is this.
Don't know.
You can just write out a little bit thing. Next time you go back to do the chanting, you know, oh, this is the meaning. And then you can just write down. You basically, Mahayana, because they are for bodhisattva, this we call four vow, you know. They use the 四弘誓愿, a four magnificent vow. They must chant this one. But basically, they chant with the understanding, so you don't know what you're chanting until now you know me. This is the 四无量心. Okay, so this is then let's take a look. Cultivation of body mind is the first step. Okay, here is about how does the body mind appear. Okay, class. Basically, body mind is not available in Buddhism psychology, Abhidhamma. It doesn't state it there. I think because that is more about the Sravaka. Okay, how does the bodhisattva mind come? So you go back to the very simple thing now. Is that okay? Bodhisattva looks so great, right? But at the very beginning, bodhisattva body mind come from compassionate. The compassionate to who? Okay, respect elder and wish to save one's loving mother. You see, it seems simple, right? Respect elder, we used to do it. Love our mother, also we used to do it. But he said, you begin from there, you try to expand your metta, your loving kindness to the people gradually. From your mother, people who you respect, okay, to the people, to the good friend, and later to the neutral friend, okay, and lastly, you expand to the enemy, and then finally go to the, without any limit and bound border. So they said that is you begin with the bodhisattva
Bodhi. So class, basically, if you practice the Metta Bhavana, meaning to say that there's a good foundation for you to enhance and upgrade to the body, to the body mind. So if let's say you really want to, try the, you wish choose this Bodhisattva path, I think preferably you go to Metta Bhavana. So Metta Bhavana is still more common and popular in Theravada more than Mahayana. It's very common. It's very easy to learn. No matter what tradition, please go have a try. Elena, Sally. I think Mr. Leong, they tried before. Just have a try. See the Metta Bhavana the way. Once you get the fundamental, you really feel good. Because some people want the past life. They do it. If they practice it before, they can pick up very easily. And they can feel that, you can feel that maybe it belongs to you. Then you try to go back to the Bodhisattva path. Now just the knowledge for me. I think knowledge is not enough to touch you. Maybe you need the meditation experience to trigger your past memory. One of our Dharma friend, he say the meditation trigger his past life memory. And he understand that what the role his present wife play in the past life. Very funny. Okay. So once your past life mission have been awakened, have been reminded, you will continue the mission. I think that's quite good. So Sally try. Sally, okay. Maybe Sally can try other teaching method They can lead you to the more deeper meditation. Sally, if you worry, you choose the wrong teacher, you can refer to me first. I can try to help you to check out. Okay, you have potential to go deeper as for Sally. The way I see you can potential. Okay, then next. Okay, they're similar to the Confucianism, benevolence and the forgiveness. In Confucianism is about the benevolence and also the what are the forgiveness. I think we are not that familiar. Sorry, you are all banana. I think maybe even though my grandfather, maybe my grandfather time they still study the Confucianism. I think so. Okay. Because I think the syllabus, if the syllabus, my grandfather times, if the syllabus is similar with what in China and Taiwan, so they will know it very well, the virtue, all this. Never mind, we just ignore this. Okay, Mr. Leong, your turn to read. Okay, you can off the camera to get a better, how to say, the mic effect. Yeah, please, Mr. Leong.
The basis for the practice of the Bodhisattva way. Verse 120. The vehicle for the Bodhisattvas corresponds with Bodhi mind, is guided by kindness and compassion, and has the wisdom that comes from emptiness as its skillful means. Enter by these three important gates and cultivate all practices skillfully, for they all lead to the one vehicle to become a Buddha. After resolving attain Buddha mind, one should put the great vehicle into practice. This requires some discussion of the key elements of Bodhisattva deeds. The Sravaka wheels and the Prachika Buddha wheel share the same cause and the same result. But within the
Prachika Buddha vehicle, yes.
But within Prachika Buddha vehicle share the same cause and the same result. But within the great vehicle, the aspect that emphasizes casual deeds is called the Bodhisattva vehicle, whereas the aspect that emphasizes the resultant virtue is called the Buddha vehicle. The completed cause and the perfected result constitute the entire body of great vehicle Dharma. What follows explains the way to perfect and the casual deeds. This is the great vehicle which serves as the Bodhisattva's wheel of doctrine. Relying on this doctrine, bodhisattvas enter great bodhi, also called the sea of wisdom.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we digest this paragraph. Let's see. Okay, never mind. I'm quite puzzled. Why do both of you insist in Mahayana and the chanting you don't understand? Why don't you go to shift to the English? I mean, in Theravada, you know better. Elena, Sally, why you insist? You just chant the thing you don't understand. Especially Elena is very sensible people. If I tak boleh tahan, I will shift to the Theravada, the language which is more understandable to me. So why, Elena, you keep yourself in the situation which you don't understand something? Why?
No, I somehow I don't have the inclination to join the Theravada. I have joined Nalanda before actually. Nalanda temple. I just don't feel nice there.
Oh, okay. So meaning to say that you are according to your feeling for the religion's choice, am I right?
I know I'm going towards Buddhism, but it's just that whether it's Theravada or whatever, Mahayana or whatever, that one I suppose I don't have a direction. Then because my sister-in-law and my brother, they all are all Chinese educated, you see. If I go Theravada, nobody will be going there with me.
Or just, it's due to fear, the influence of the
family, family.
you make a choice that is based on the family elements, not
Yeah.
it might not, can you say this is a true love? But you feel good with the chanting, right? Ding ding dong dong, all this type. You feel good. Sometimes you cry after hearing to the chanting, something like that, right? All this type of thing attract you, Oh, I see. Anyway,
I don't know. When I go to Theravada, when they do their prayers and things like that, I feel more lost. So I'm more comfortable with the Mahayana way.
Even though the language is good, but you don't have the feeling, right? I think that's a past life affinity. The only thing I can explain. Say this is same only. Oh, actually, how many banana? I mean, coincidentally, go into the Mahayana. Is it, how is the number? Quite a number.
Actually, Sifu, I've met quite a number who is banana and yet they join this Mahayana.
Oh, they also is due to the feeling they feel good.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Quite a number. I've met quite a number,
Okay, if that's the case, I think both of you better study well. Next time, you can you can help them because you know them better. And the language, you can master even better than me, you see. You can. I think you can communicate the way. I mean, I even though I speak English, but I don't communicate the way which you wish to, But you can communicate in the way they hope to listen to, you see. I think they might be a little bit different. So work hard, so to help more banana, so that there wouldn't be just chant something which I don't understand. But actually it's quite good, the meaning. So you just
sorry. Sifu, why don't one of these days, just maybe we try once lah. We chant some sutra or whatever in Chinese or Mandarin lah. Then you explain to us in English.
Oh yeah, you want to
We try it out lah, one of these days.
Oh, what? Okay. Well, okay. You prefer the feel, right? The feel, the chanting, all these things.
No. We prefer the meaning of the mantra which we are chanting.
Meaning, no, you are starting the meaning.
No, because I see like Heart Sutra, the words are all there, but we don't really get the feeling of it, the meaning of it.
Oh, I see.
Like today, I went to this Dongxiang Sifu Kaiyin Sifu. He explained a bit on Heart Sutra, but he used some of the. I understand some of what he's saying, but not all, is it?
Oh, I see.
He really explained each word, what it means, and what, the sort of feeling. Then you get the meaning of the Heart Sutra.
Okay, next time you should be like this. Okay, before you go to the place to do the chanting, and they chant the Heart Sutra, you should Google Heart Sutra first in English.
I got. But the trouble is, we just go through it. Like reading this one, we're just going through, but we don't really understand the essence of it. See? Like he really explained the essence of Heart Sutra to us.
I mean, when you Google, you should try to go to the essence of it. Because Sally, Elena, next time try to avoid to get the version from classical channel to English. Try to avoid. Try to get the version from Sanskrit to English. That's the best. Did you get it? Okay. The Sanskrit version. Okay. From the Sanskrit to the English. So that's why I will try to let you know more sources, so that before you go to chanting, you prepare yourself first. Once you go to the chant, feeling and the meaning, you have to read it before. Better than you just guess 50% from the Chinese word from Kaiyin Si. Because how should I put it? I don't know. Because I don't know how to say. You have to do your own preparatory work. So that I mean the thing will be more perfect. You get the feeling and you get the real essence. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Leong. Elena, please.
Mr. Leong first. Mr. Leong first.
Mr. Leong, your turn. You want to say something? On the mic, please. Mr. Leong.
Sifu, regarding the Theravada Sutra, we chant the Pali word, but there is English translation alongside with it, so we understand the meaning. But then the thing is for a Chinese to understand or speak or speak out the Pali word is difficult. But as for the Mahayanis chanting, they are all in Mandarin characters, but with Pinyin character, but no English translation or meaning.
Yeah, I know which organization do very well. There's a CTDB. CTDB, they do very well. Every day the chanting, today is the Mandarin, also Jing. Tomorrow is the English, also Jing. Okay, pass the bar for English. Tomorrow, pass the bar in Mandarin, That's what CTDB do. So you always remember, go to flip to their version before you join in. Because their group is quite big. The English Act people and Vietnamese is very big group, So they will pay more time to prepare this. Here, it was still minority, right? Maybe 5%, less than 5%. It's quite impossible for like Kaisan Fasu just to do all these things just for a few of them who the banana is. Yeah, Elena will say something. Yes, please.
I actually, for the Heart Sutra Xing, I actually learned part of it because I didn't finish the YouTube. There's one Guan De Shi from Hong Kong. He explained it in Cantonese. He was very good. He explained line by line the meaning of the Heart Sutra. But because I don't have time to follow his Heart Sutra, he can explain for 10 lessons or something like that. He's very, In Cantonese.
No, you should be in English because
No,
both.
he explained in Cantonese. I can understand.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a Cantonese, ma. He speak Cantonese, ma.
No. What I mean is English is your first language. You should try to learn things with your mother language. You know.
My mother language is Cantonese. I'm a Cantonese.
Because
My mother tongue.
oh, you know why? The reason is you master English very well. Then from the terminology you can try to Google and wiki. You know, you can go further. You know, in Cantonese, then you want to search Google, you cannot search already. You see, you will be handicapped by the language. So no matter how I still found that you go to learn. I mean, in English, no matter how wiki them or. So that's why I pay a lot of effort to go in to the English version, copy down the correct way for you. You should put more effort to go further because your work is very meaningful for the future banana. You know, there's still many banana. Basically, they are highly educated and quite elder. You know, so they are looking for this thing. You see. Okay. 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 So let's continue. Okay. Okay. Okay, not much thing from this paragraph. Okay, let's take a look. It say, not much thing. The expected emphasize the resultant virtue is called the Buddha vehicle. Okay. What does it mean? A resultant virtue, and then what a cautious deeds? Okay, class. Okay. Why does the author say so? Is okay. Bodhisattva is the cause. Buddha vehicle is the result. Basically, sometimes we use two names. This is the Buddha vehicle or Bodhisattva vehicle. If we mention Bodhisattva vehicle, meaning to say you explain from the cause. If you say there's a Buddha vehicle, you explain from the result. That is the different meaning. Bodhisattva path is more common than the Buddha vehicle. Bodhisattva vehicle is more common than the Buddha vehicle. All right, rely on this doctrine and the great body. Okay, not much thing. So the three gates of the great vehicle. So we talk about the three gates. Okay, Elena, your turn, please.
The three gates of the great vehicle. As for the Bodhisattva gates, in all practices, three important principles are present. First, one's giving must correspond with Bodhi mind. That is, it must be for the sake of seeking enlightenment and transforming sentient beings. Second, when one gives, one's action must be guided by kindness and compassion. Third, the wisdom that sees the emptiness of things is a skillful means, which means it is tactful. If one is not attached to the giver, the receiver, and things given, this is called possessing skillful means. If one lacks the wisdom that sees the emptiness of things and attaches to it through the act of giving, one is unskillful and tactless and cannot leave birth and death behind to enter the sea of wisdom. It can be said that the Bodhi mind is aspiration, the compassionate mind is motive, and the wisdom that sees the emptiness of things is the skill to perform deeds. If one relies on the three important gates as the foundation and skillfully cultivates all practices, whether they are the worldly good dharmas of the 5 precepts and the 10 good deeds and the threefold fortunate karma, or the world transcending good dharmas of the 4 truths, dependent origination, the 3 studies, the 8-fold right path, and the 37 grades of the way, or the 6 paramitas, the 4 all-embracing virtues, the 108 samadhis, and the 42 siddham letters of the great vehicle. All these practices can lead to the one vehicle doctrine of the way to perfect enlightenment. Simply speaking, with these 3 minds, all good deeds are doctrines of the great vehicle. If one lacks or is deficient in any of these 3 minds, then there is no way to become a Buddha.
Okay, thank you so much.
Finish, Sally? Finish, okay, thank you. Okay, class, the three gates of the great vehicle is so important. Okay, basically, class, if without the three gate, you are not considering doing the bodhisattva path, no matter whether you do the 6 pyramid or whatever. But if you possess the three gate, even though you just do very simple tree study, maybe you do the very simple, even though you do the 4 noble truth, 8 noble path, but you still lead to the Buddhahood, you see. Okay, what is the three gate? Number 1, you must have the emptiness, the wisdom of the emptiness. Okay. Second, you must have the body mind. Okay, the body mind. And the third, you must have the great compassionate. Class, this is not the normal compassionate. It must be the great compassionate. Okay, so this is the 3 words. Okay, I will try to find the Sanskrit for you because this is so important. I don't know why the English doesn't give me the feeling as the Mandarin, as the Chinese give me, you know. I have to find English for you. So this 3 thing is so important. Okay. Okay, class, why that is so important? If let's say, class, you don't have the emptiness, the wisdom of the emptiness, once you do the dharma, so you will always notice that, okay, so the thing to give is very concrete. I myself, as a giver, a donor is concrete, and you as a receiver is concrete also. So meaning to say, once three of them are concrete and real, this is not empty mind. The empty mind are able to see the emptiness between the donor, receiver, and the things. So that is the bodhisattva way for do the dharma, which is integrate with the wisdom. They call it as a skills. So you see, basically, I think until now, even though you do the Buddhism so long, I think you have never experienced that before, right? Until now, even though the thing, you yourself and the receiver, they are so concrete, right? Are they so real for you? You have never been contemplate the emptiness before. Why? Because we didn't learn the Vipassana. We haven't learned the Vipassana yet. So how do we do the contemplation? So in the simple way that it's not that easy for people to do this, to do the dana or to do the donation with this type of wisdom. And paradoxically, those who are able to know the emptiness for 3 of them, they won't join the charity. They will become the philanthropy, or they will become the Siado in meditation center. That is the contradictory point. You know or not? If you're able to see the emptiness of thing, I myself is empty, and you and the receiver is empty, you won't join in the charity organization, right? You should be in the meditation center, right? You see, right? That's a contradicting. Basically, the charity worker, mostly they are not very highly educated in Buddhism, you see, right? Not because the dana so simple, just give, okay, and then maybe do some to do some recycling. You don't need very high intelligence to do things, to do the things, right? So that is the gap I see between the theory and the practical. But this is the reason why in charity organization, there used to be a lot of conflict. because they don't learn much dharma, a lot of conflict. Finally, you feel, oh yeah. So prefer you just run away. A lot of human issue. Or if they don't really go through a lot of human issue within this type of organization, right? Okay. Okay, so this trait is very important. Always remember the compassionate is about the great compassionate. It's not the small compassionate, it must be the great compassionate. So always with these three things, this three gate. Okay. So with a different name, body, mind is aspiration, compassion is the motive, and the wisdom they call as a skills or whatever. So you see class for all this, you see, this is they are what, how should I put it? You see 10 good deeds, okay, 4 truth, dependent origination, and also 6 paramid, all these they must have what if they lack and deficiency in the 3 mind, they cannot become Buddhahood. Okay. Okay. Here there's one special method they call it 42 sittam. Okay. Let me check for you. What does it mean 42 sittam? Class basically sittam is a Sanskrit word. 42 sittam. Sittam, this is the sittam. Actually, this is a Sanskrit word sittam. Okay. We don't see it. It is not very clear here. This is from the Autam Sukha. Autam Sukha is from the Autam Saka Sutra. For Autam Saka Sutra, there's a total 80 volume of the Autam Saka Sutra, right? You might join them before, right? So for every chanting, there will be one sittam syllabus. You try to chant it. And according to the Autam Saka, this what the syllabus, the Sanskrit syllabus, are able to lead you to the emptiness of the prajna by the chanting. Okay, so this is what this is what the Mahayana Sutra mentioned. But the way we see it nowadays, if you really go through some academic research, you notice that by purely the mantra words, it is quite impossible to go into the prajna. We don't think so. Okay. Because Mahayana, I think they have been influenced by the Brahmanism at the time. Because during the Mahayana time, there's a time where sometimes the Brahmanism can become a Buddhist monk, and the Buddhist monk go to the Brahmanism. And one thing is Buddhism have been challenged, you see. So the monk do some change, you see. So they absorb the element from the Brahmanism. So it will appear that by just chanting the sittam syllabus will lead to the Nibbana. But we compare previously, remember in Abhidhamma we always say Vipassana can lead to the liberation. It's the Vipassana. But here it's just chanting the sittam syllabus only, you see. So this is from the Brahmanism, from Yogaism, as I know. Okay. Anyway, you have to know. So because you have to make the judgment. You see, if you think it is correct, so every day we just chant the syllabus. I hope that your wisdom will be unfold. Okay, but the way I see is not as good as the definition from Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma, by using the skill we call it as Vipassana to observe the 5 aggregates. That is the proper way to lead for the unfold of your wisdom. So this is a Suttam syllabus. So let me show you. English is not properly shown. I think this 华言字母. So this is the Sittam syllabus. See? This is from the Autam Saka syllabus. This is the you see Rapachana. So this is the syllabus. Anyone chant? Is there anyone chant Avatamsaka Sutra before? Elena, Sally? How is the long you chant? Not you two to chant. He chant. Ah, yeah. This is very Theravada inclination. Now it's like a Rojak. He do everything. Okay. Well, I do the chant before. But basically, in our time, since Avatamsaka Sutra always been complimented as the highest of the sutra with the greatest volume of the 80. So by chanting Avatamsaka Sutra, they will create a lot of merit. That's what our thinking in our time. But now I found that this type of perception is attractive to the beginner also. Once you start to do the chanting, you found that it's quite hard for you to upgrade your concentration. Okay, but so Sally, you can compare yourself, right? You do Anapanasati, your concentration, and you do the chanting of concentration, and do the mantra concentration. Can you grade for us which one can reach the deepest concentration? Chant the mantra, Anapanasati, and just reading the sutra. Can you compare, Sally?
The first one.
Anapana can go to the deepest. Mantra and the sutra chanting, which one is better concentration?
Mantra.
Mantra. Why? Because simple. You don't hold anything. You just close your eyes.
Yes.
But for the book, but for the chanting, you have to flip to the books. Right? You cannot go deep, right? You see. So from here, it proves that meaning to say that in Mahayana we have a lot of means of attract to the people. But if you don't go to the Abhidhamma and Nikaya to upgrade yourself, might be, Sally, is it possible for you if you don't come here, maybe for the next 20 years, you just keep on chanting, just at this level only, right? Am I right? You see. So sometimes that's why, but luckily, you believe me, some they don't believe, they say, how come you defame the method of chanting the sutra? We get enlightened through chanting, you see. They call me defamation. They say I'm the one who do the defamation. You see. So sometimes the problem for the Buddhists, they're upside down already, the definition, they cannot, they can't really see what is the ultimate, what is the conventional truth. They all terbalik already. That is the problem, you see. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. So this is a 3 gate. So this is a 42华严字母. So let you know. Okay, next paragraph. Okay, whose turn? Mr. Leong, off the camera and read, Mr. Leong. When? On the mic, please, Mr. Leong.
When describing the practices of bodhisattvas, the Mahaprajna Paramita Sutra says, all the thoughts can correspond to the wisdom that comes from all wisdom, should be guided by great compassion, and take non-attainability as the skillful means. This passage refers to the 3 marks explained in the verses and commentary above. Nagarjuna Baumanlun, Treaty of the Precious Garland, explained that the Bodhi mind, which is strong like the king of all mountains, is fundamental. Compassion extends to the 10 directions. Wisdom does not rely on the 2 extremes. The Vairocana also describes Bodhi mind in a similar way. Great Bodhi is the cause. Kindness and compassion are the foundation, and skillful means is relied on to reach the ultimate. The translation of this passage was mistakenly translated as taking skillful means as the ultimate. All the thoughts that correspond to the wisdom that comes from all wisdom is the same as all the vows of wisdom in the Lotus Sutra, and is another name for Bodhi mind. Great compassion comes from all sentient beings of the 10 directions, so it is said to extend to the 10 directions. Non-attainment is prajna. The wisdom that comes from emptiness that does not rely on the two extremes of existence and non-existence. The Vairochana Sutta also has the teaching of the phenomenal being real. So according to this sutta, to have various kinds of skillful means is to reach the ultimate.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to check out the three gates for you. At least the Sanskrit or what. Yeah, okay, class. Okay, regarding this, can you just write something for yourself? Okay. You see, emptiness of thing is skillful mean, right? The emptiness, right? Okay. Please write down these words. Aprap, aprapdip, aprapdiptwa. It's quite related with this. Aprapdiptwa. Okay, thank you. Okay, I can't that. This is what I can give you. Okay. So we go to this paragraph.
Okay, class, for this passage, it's still about the three gates. Same only, it's about the three gates. But from here, class, okay, it's about the skillful non-attainability. That is the prajna. Class, take a look. You see, non-attainment is the prajna. I think maybe Mr. Leong not familiar with this. This is more like a Mahayana text. All right. I mean, if you go deeper, I mean, doesn't rely on the two extreme of the existence and the non-existence. What does that mean? Okay, class. Basically, what is the wisdom of the Buddhism? We always talk about middle way. Okay, why middle way try to explain the existence and the non-existence? Okay, basically, for non-Buddhists, they might have the perception that once you pass away, okay, your soul will definitely appear, become another soul. Okay, you will reincarnate, but this soul is similar with your next soul. Okay, so that's we call it as a existence. Okay, this is one of the wrongful view. And some non-Buddhists, they might think that non-existence, meaning to say that when you die, it's just like the fire has been put out and you're gone already. So that is another extreme. So for Buddhists, what we believe is, when we pass away, there is a reincarnation of our next life. So the relationship between these two lives is related, but they are not similar. Okay, whatever this life is inherited from past life, partially inherited from the past life, and partially is due to the present life. Okay, so meaning to say that you are your past, but you are not exactly your past. So that's the meaning now. Okay, so